I first became aware of Meta Yogananda Mahasaya Dharma when I went to see my healer, and she had a little picture on the table between us when we were talking, and instantly I said, "Who's that?" And she said, "Well, that's my guru." And of course, at the time, because I was still completely innocent to anything to do with it, it kind of probably went in one ear and out the other. Until a little bit later on, I went to a talk, and at the talk, it was about peace and living in the world with more peace, I think, something like that. But on the side, in the break, there were books, there cassette tapes at the time, not CDs, cassette tapes and books of Mataji's work. And I was really drawn over to that table because I felt that I recognized the lady on the front of the covers of the books. I thought, gosh, how do I know this person? I really recognize her. Anyway, I bought a tape cassette and I played it the next day, and I thought, I really recognize this voice. How do I know this person? But thought nothing of it and thought, it feels like I know who this is. And then months and months later, I went on the pure meditation course, and there were books there, and we were told that if we wanted, we could have a guru in Meta Yogananda Mahasaya Dharma if we chose. And I remember thinking at the time, we're in the middle of the English countryside, basically, in Somerset. We're not in India. How can this possibly be the case? Such was my knowledge of, or my limited knowledge of, what a guru or a master would be. And I read at the time on the course, I was reading Come, a spiritual journey that is Meta Yogananda's autobiography. And over the days that we were on the course, inwardly, I kept saying to myself, or saying to the universe, or even maybe having a dialogue with Mataji without realizing it, I want to see you. I need to see you. I need to see you in the flesh, because I just want to. I just wanted to experience this person that I'd seen in books and heard and read about and listened about. And I just really wanted that experience. It seemed crucially important to me at the time. And then, as if my prayers were answered, at the very end of the course, Meta Yogananda Mahasaya Dharma walked into the room to give us bookmarks to say, "Well done, you finished the course." And I think it was that experience really that convinced me that Mataji was a master. And it was because when she walked into the room, the energy of the room completely changed. And all I can describe it as was that my whole body opened up. It's like my heart burst open, my soul kind of rose, and I felt a physical sensation of lightness and expansion. And I think that really was what I needed as a person, as a soul on my journey. I just needed that confirmation. And everyone in the room was equally as moved. The woman sat next to me started crying, just burst out crying. So it was, for me at least, that experience was one that I'll never forget, because it was such a physical experience. And it's one that I will treasure for the rest of my life. So for me, since then, I have built on my connection to Meta Yogananda through meditation and prayer and attuning. And it's a it's a journey really for myself to make, because the truth is that the unconditional love from a guru is always there. And I feel that our job is to take the step towards it, really, because it's always there, and it's there to the degree that the person receiving it accepts it. And there's been times when I've, over the years, have perhaps forgotten that the power and the strength is there from that unconditional love, and then been reminded. And whenever there's been any problem or difficulty in my life, I have always eventually, when I've remembered, but more so all the time now, turned to that unconditional love for support and for wisdom, because as it's called, a guru, dispeller of darkness, it's as if light is shed on every problem that I have. The problems don't necessarily go away. Sometimes they come thick and fast because there's something I need to learn from the problems. But with that connection, the problems are solved in a really down-to-earth, very, very clear-cut way, that they are, it's almost like solutions are found in their completeness, if that makes sense. Things come along to be solved, they get solved, and then you never have to do them again. That's the great thing, I think, about having a guru, so that the progress that you make is swift. I describe it a little bit like being in the fast lane on a motorway. You get to your destination quicker with that guidance and that connection to a guru. So that's my experience, at least, and it's one that I shout from the rooftops to anyone who is interested, but also keep it very, very close as a personal connection as well.